Well, it's just about time to play ball here at Rich Kuntz Field, round one of the Class 2A PIAA state playoffs in baseball coming up right now. We'll go over the starting lineups one more time. First for Carmichaels, batting first, playing shortstop, Drake Long. Batting second, pitching, Gavin Pratt. Batting third, playing first base, Nick Rico. Batting fourth, doing the catching, Stush Farrick. Batting fifth, playing second base, Liam Lohr. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jacob Fordyce. Batting seventh, playing right field, Zach Hilsman. Batting eighth, playing third base, Dylan Rower. And batting ninth, playing left field, Trenton Carter. And also playing center field for Carmichaels, Chris Barish, but he is being designated hit 4. Johnsonburg starting lineup, batting first, playing shortstop, Aiden Zimmerman. Batting second, playing first base, Dom Allegretto. Batting third, playing center field, Cameron Marciniak. Batting fourth, playing catcher, Ethan Wells. Batting fifth, playing third base, Dalton Stolley. Batting sixth, playing second base, Caden Dennis. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Colin Porter. Batting eighth, playing right field, Jefferson Freeberg. Batting ninth, playing left field, Luke Zimmerman. And doing the pitching and being designated hit 4 for Johnsonburg is Gabe Watts. And Gabe Watts is a left-handed pitcher. He is on the mound now for Johnsonburg, throwing his warm-up pitches, getting ready to face Drake Long, who's the leadoff hitter for Carmichaels. So Rich Kuntz Field, one more time, we'll go over the dimensions. It's an evenly distributed outfield wall. Left field is 330. Left center field is 340. Left center field is 360. Right center field is 340. And right field is 330 feet away from home plate. And center field has the largest wall. So it's an even wall out there. It's pretty standard height, but center field specifically is the tallest wall out there. It's about double the size of the rest of the walls that run over left field, left center field, right center field, and right field. Gabe Watts, Johnsonburg starting pitcher. Ethan Wells, the catcher for Johnsonburg in this game, and Drake Long has stepped in to the right-handed hitter's batter's box. And first pitch is called a ball. Just a bit high and outside. Count is 1-0 on Drake Long. Drake Long is a junior on this Carmichaels team. Also listed as a pitcher, but in this game starting at the shortstop position. Strike one called on a fastball right over the middle of the plate. And the count is even 1-1. The left-handed pitching Gabe Watts throwing to the right-handed hitting Drake Long. Johnsonburg, the listed home team in this game, playing Carmichaels. Breaking ball misses too low, counts 2-1 on Drake Long. Gabe Watts throwing from a windup, so he steps, pivots, kicks, and pitches. That inside pitch fouled toward the right side of the field, and it goes beyond the boundaries of the field, and that makes the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Drake Long. Johnsonburg yet to lose a game this 2021 season. Carmichaels has 3 losses, 2 of which came in the WPIAL playoffs. 2-2 pitch. Swing, ground ball right side, second baseman vacuums it, throws to first for the out. Caden Dennis, the second baseman, threw to Dom Allegretto, the first baseman, to record the force out of Drake Long. And with that first out, we'll go over the defensive alignment for Johnsonburg. Doing the pitching, Gabe Watts. Catching, Ethan Wells. Playing first, Dom Allegretto. Playing second base, Caden Dennis. At shortstop, Aiden Zimmerman. At third, Dalton Stolley. Playing left field, Luke Zimmerman. In center, Cameron Marciniak. And in right field, Jefferson Freeberg. Strike one called on the number 2 hitter, Gavin Pratt of Carmichaels. Now Gabe Watts goes into the wind. The 0-1 pitch is fouled on the ground toward the Carmichaels dugout along the first base line. And now the count is no balls and 2 strikes on Gavin Pratt doing the pitching for Carmichaels. Gabe Watts gets back on the mound. Steps, pivots, kicks, and pitches. Swing and a soft fly ball out toward right field. Shallow right field. That's Jefferson Freeberg making the catch routinely, and that's out number 2. So Nick Rico comes to the plate now, another right-handed hitter on this Carmichaels team. First three hitters in the order, right-handed, facing the lefty, Gabe Watts. Watts from the windup, first pitch to Rico is called a ball just a bit low. Counts 1 ball, no strikes. Gabe Watts for Johnsonburg is a senior. He's committed to St. Bonaventure. No indication of whether he'll play sports once he gets there, but that's where he is furthering his education. That next pitch missed in the dirt. Now the count's 2 balls and no strikes on Nick Rico, the right-handed hitting first baseman of Carmichaels. Still no score. It's top of the first inning. This game in its inaugural stages. 2 ball, no strike count. Pitch to Rico is fouled back. It was a check swing by Rico, but it caught the top of his bat and was a foul ball back toward the screen behind home plate. Now the count's 2 balls and 1 strike. Two ball, 1 strike pitch coming from Gabe Watts from the windup. Swing and a ground ball right side of the infield, played by Caden Dennis at second base. Throws to Allegredo at first. The force out of Nick Rico is completed, and the inning comes to a close. For Carmichaels, no runs on no hits and no runners left on base. Through a half inning, it's Carmichael 0, Johnsonburg coming to bat. You're listening to greensports.net simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. This is the Class 2A PIAA tournament. Carmichaels being hosted by Johnsonburg. Carmichaels went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning, and now in the bottom of the first, Johnsonburg will have its first at-bats. Aiden Zimmerman, Dom Allegredo, and Cameron Marciniak, the 3 scheduled to hit in this bottom of the first inning against Gavin Pratt, one of 4 seniors on this Carmichaels team. He's a right-handed pitcher throwing from the stretch, and he misses with that first pitch to Aiden Zimmerman inside. That's ball 1. Comes set at the belt and throws that second pitch, which just missed a bit high. Now the count's 2 balls and no strikes on Aiden Zimmerman, who's a sophomore on this team. The leadoff hitter of Johnsonburg is playing shortstop in this game. 2 ball, no strike pitch is too high. Now the count's 3-0. First 3 pitches that Gavin Pratt has thrown have been out of the strike zone. 3-0 pitch. Slide step, and that one's outside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk begins Johnsonburg's offensive half of the first inning. And that'll bring up Dom Allegredo, the number 2 hitter in Johnsonburg's order. But Gavin Pratt, with nobody on base, is elected to throw from the stretch. And he's throwing from a slide step position. That pitch misses down low, counts 1-0. So 5 straight balls have been thrown by Gavin Pratt to start his outing. But now with a runner on first, Pratt routinely throwing from the stretch. Comes set at the belt. Pickoff attempt to first base. Back safely is Aiden Zimmerman. The count's 1 ball, no strikes on Dom Allegredo, the right-handed hitter at the plate, facing the right-handed pitcher. No score. It's the bottom of the first inning. Carmichael's playing Johnsonburg. Pickoff attempt to first again. Aiden Zimmerman back safely. Pratt comes set. Runner goes, pitches outside, throw down is in time. So the pitch missed for a ball, but a good throw from Stush Ferrick nailed Aiden Zimmerman trying to steal second base. So the count's 2 balls and no strikes. That's 6 straight pitches outside the strike zone from Gavin Pratt, and now a mound visit from the Carmichaels dugout. Gavin Pratt hasn't thrown a strike yet. He's been around the strike zone, but a few of his pitches missed high, a couple were outside, and a few were obvious balls, ones that hit the dirt. But the count's 2 balls, no strikes on Dom Allegredo. He's playing first base in this game for Johnsonburg. Pratt from the stretch. He kicks and fires, but that one misses just a bit off the outside edge of the plate. Now the count's 3 balls and no strikes, and that's 7 straight balls thrown by Gavin Pratt. No score, bottom of the first inning. 3-0 is caught a strike over the inside edge. So after 7 straight pitches outside the strike zone, Gavin Pratt finds the inside edge. Now the count's 3-1 on Dom Allegredo. Bases empty, infield playing at standard depth. That one fouled back. Now the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Allegredo. Carmichaels went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Johnsonburg batting in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back toward the screen. So Allegredo will see at least one more. Count still full, 3-2. 1 out, bottom of the first. No score between Carmichaels and Johnsonburg. Johnsonburg, the higher-seeded team in this game. 21 straight wins. That includes the regular season and playoffs for Johnsonburg. Swing and a fly ball down the right field line. It's hugging the line, crossing into foul territory, and it does land foul. Out of the reach of Carmichael's right fielder, Zach Hilsman, and Carmichael's second baseman, Liam Lohr. So the count remains full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This plate appearance will see an 8th pitch. Allegredo has seen 7 already. Took 3 balls, took a strike, and then fouled off 3. Grounds that one up the middle, does Allegredo. It's stopped on the infield in a collision with the middle infielders. Allegredo rounds first and stops. The ball was stopped in shallow center field by second baseman Liam Lohr. But as Liam Lohr stopped it on the backhand, Drake Long came over and ran into Liam Lohr. Both players appear to be okay, standing up, no medical attention needed. And now the head coach of Carmichaels, Richard Krause, is talking to home plate umpire Brian Harlan down by the first base line. So there is a stoppage in play, and with that, we'll give recognition to our umpires in today's game. Behind home plate, Brian Harlan. At first base, Bill Funk. At second base, Brian O'Neill. And at third base, Scott Winters. Since it's state playoffs, there is a 4-man umpire crew. So Allegredo reaches on an infield single. He's the one on first base. And that'll bring up Cameron Marciniak with 1 out. Aiden Zimmerman led this inning off for Johnsonburg. He walked, but then got thrown out trying to steal. Dom Allegredo just singled, and Marciniak, the right-handed hitter, steps into the box. No score between Carmichaels and Johnsonburg. It's the bottom of the first inning. This is round 1 of the Class 2A PIAA state playoffs in baseball. Slide step pitch from Pratt, and that misses low. Ball 1 to Cameron Marciniak. Marciniak is a junior, and he's starting this game in center field. Pickoff attempt to first. Back safely is Allegredo. Gavin Pratt's thrown over 15 pitches now in this first inning. Pickoff attempt to first base again. Back safely is Allegredo. Johnsonburg already tried to steal once on catcher Stush Ferrick, but it was unsuccessful. Pratt comes set at the belt. Slide step pitch, bunt shown, pulled back, but called a strike over the inside edge on Cameron Marciniak. Count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, bottom of the first inning, no score. Pratt comes set at the belt. Pickoff attempt to first again. Nick Rico's tag is just a bit late. Back safely is Allegredo. Third pickoff by Gavin Pratt during the Cameron Marciniak plate appearance. Pratt gets his sign, comes set at the belt. Slide step pitch is hit softly towards shortstop. It's played on a hop. Throw to first is late, and it gets away from Rico, the first baseman. Allegredo rounds third. Allegredo will try to score. There's nobody covering home. Now there is. Gavin Pratt covered home. Tag applied, and the call is out. So we'll go over that one again. The shortstop, Drake Long, decided not to catch the soft pop-up. He elected to play it on a hop. Didn't have a play at second, so threw to first. The ball got away from Nick Rico, the first baseman. So Allegredo went from second to third and then tried to advance home. But Drake Long, the first baseman, Nick Rico, the first baseman, threw it home to Gavin Pratt covering because Stush Farrick, the catcher, went to go get the ball from behind first base. So heads-up play by Pratt to cover the vacant home plate. And he was there in time to tag Dom Allegredo out, trying to slide in and score the first run of the game. So Cameron Marciniak reaches on what is an error on the shortstop, Drake Long. And on the play at the plate, he did not try to advance to any extra bases, so he's aboard at first base. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, still no score. Johnsonburg batting, and their cleanup hitter up to the plate, it's Ethan Wells, but before he sees a pitch, a pickoff attempt will go to first base, and back safely is Marciniak. Pratt comes set at the belt. Slide step pitch. That one misses low, counts 1-0. Ethan Wells, the cleanup hitter in Johnsonburg's order, and he's doing the catching in this game. Pickoff attempt to first again. Back safely is Marciniak. This inning, Pratt has attempted almost 10 pickoffs amongst the 3 runners that have occupied first base. Runner goes, pitch called a strike, thrown out to second is too high, over the head of Drake Long, the shortstop, but well backed up by Liam Lohr, the second baseman, so Liam Lohr prevented that errant throw from going to the outfield. Cameron Marciniak now aboard at second after the stolen base, so he's in scoring position with 2 outs. And the cleanup hitter, Ethan Wells, at the plate. It's 1-1 count. That last pitch was called a strike. 1-1 count, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Still no score. Johnsonburg batting. Carmichaels on defense. Pickoff attempt to second, and back safely is Cameron Marciniak. Pitcher Gavin Pratt evidently concerned with the stolen base capabilities of Johnsonburg. 2 attempts for Johnsonburg in this first inning, and they're 1 for 2 on stolen base attempts. 1-1 pitch, big kick, breaking ball on the ground, past the third baseman into left field for a hit. Trenton Carter will field it. He'll throw toward the cutoff man, Drake Long, but that does not prevent a run from scoring. Cameron Marciniak scores from second base, and Ethan Wells is aboard at first with an RBI single, and Johnsonburg out to an early 1-0 lead. It's 1-0 Johnsonburg over Carmichaels with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, and here comes number 5 hitter Dalton Stolly. And before that, time called by the home plate umpire. And it appears there's going to be a courtesy runner coming off the bench to run for Ethan Wells. So the courtesy runner is Eric Penbianco. So Penbianco on first base, the courtesy runner for Ethan Wells. And a fact about courtesy runners, they're different from pinch runners in that if Penbianco were to come around to score, that run would still be credited to Ethan Wells. There's a distinction between courtesy runners and pinch runners, so Penbianco will be the courtesy runner all game for catcher Ethan Wells if they don't want him running with 2 outs. That was Dalton Stolly. He had a ground ball to the left side of the infield. Drake Long played it, threw it to Nick Rico at first in time to force out Dalton Stolly and end the first inning. For Johnsonburg, 1 run scored on 2 hits. There was 1 error in the inning, and there was 1 runner left on base. After 1 full inning of play, it's Johnsonburg 1, Carmichaels 0. You're listening to Greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. This is round one of the Class 2A state playoffs in baseball. Johnsonburg is leading Carmichaels 1-0 going into inning number 2. Carmichaels went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Johnsonburg scored a run on a couple hits in the bottom of the first inning. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for Carmichaels in the top of the second inning. It's Stush Farrick, Liam Lohr, and Jacob Fordyce. Gabe Watts still doing the pitching for Johnsonburg. Gabe Watts had an efficient first inning. No strikeouts, but induced a ground out, a fly out, and a ground out. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Stush Farrick is a left-handed hitter facing the left-handed pitcher Gabe Watts. First pitch of the inning, he has caught a strike over the outside edge. Counts no balls and 1 strike. Carmichaels among the teams in the Western Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic League, and Johnsonburg, part of District 9 in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association. Stush Farrick just swung and missed at that fastball right over the middle of the plate, and he's quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes against Gabe Watts, Johnsonburg's pitcher. Strike 3 called over the outside edge. Gabe Watts gets his first strikeout of the game, and that's the first out of the top of the second inning. I'll bring up Liam Lohr, the right-handed hitter and second baseman of Carmichael's team. Liam Lohr is a freshman and getting the start in the state playoff game. That pitch called a strike, counts 0-1. So for Carmichael's, they've lost 2 straight coming into today. They won their first 2 playoff games in the WPIAL Class 2A playoffs. They beat Apollo Ridge in round 1 and then beat Chartiers Houston in the quarterfinals as that pitch is fouled off for strike 2. Then in the WPIAL 2A semifinals, Carmichaels lost to Shenango. Then there was a third-place consolation game in which Carmichaels lost to Sarah Catholic. No ball, 2 strike count on Liam Lohr, and he fouls that pitch off toward the right side of the infield. Count still no balls and 2 strikes. So Carmichaels has lost 2 coming into today and playing a team that hasn't lost a game yet this 2021 season. Johnsonburg outright won the District 9 2A baseball playoffs. No ball, 2 strike count on Lohr. That pitch misses in front of the plate. So now the count's 1-2 on Liam Lohr. The score's 1-0. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels in the top of the second inning. One ball, 2 strike pitch. Fastball too high. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty. Carmichael's the offensive team in the top of the second inning. Gabe Watts into the windup. Pitch misses outside. Now the count full on Liam Lohr. Count started no balls, 2 strikes, but with Lohr's discipline, he's helped the count to run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Step, pivot, kick, and pitch from Watts is outside, ball 4. Liam Lohr is the first base runner for Carmichaels in this game. So 1 out, Liam Lohr on first base. And that'll bring up Carmichael's number 6 hitter. It's Jacob Fordyce. Jacob Fordyce is the designated hitter in this game for Carmichaels, and he's batting for center fielder Chris Barish. Slide step pitch from Watts, and that pitch missed high, ball 1 on Jacob Fordyce. Fordyce is a sophomore on this team. listed as a catcher. Again, doing the designated hitting in the Carmichaels order. That one fouled off down the third base line. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rich Kuntz Field, the neutral site of this state playoff game. This is round 1. 16 teams are in the 2A Pennsylvania State playoffs. By the end of it, there will be one winner. That pitch misses outside, counts 2-1. But Rich Kuntz Field in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, well put together. Seems like well-managed grass. Both the infield and the outfield and the dirt. Seems like a nice texture. That one hit in the air down the first base line. And that one will go foul. The count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jacob Fordyce, the Carmichaels hitter. Fordyce steps in. It's the right-handed hitter facing the left-handed pitcher, Gabe Watts. Watts comes set at the letters. Slide step pitch. Runner goes from first. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Thrown out his second is accurate. And the tag applied in time. So Ethan Wells, the catcher, threw to the shortstop, Aiden Zimmerman, who applied the tag successfully. Liam Lohr thrown out at second trying to steal, and Jacob Fordyce struck out before the throw down to second was made, but those 2 outs end the top of the second inning. For Carmichaels, no runs scored on no hits. There was 1 walk in the inning, and no runners were left on base. After an inning and a half, it's Johnsonburg 1, Carmichaels 0. You're listening to greensports.net. Simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. First pitch called a strike on Caden Dennis, the hitter for Johnsonburg. Johnsonburg leads this game 1-0. It's the bottom of the second inning. Dennis batting now, and he's scheduled to be followed by Colin Porter and Jefferson Freeberg. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes from Gavin Pratt, Carmichael's pitcher. Gavin Pratt gave up 1 unearned run in the bottom of the first inning. Kick and pitch. That one just a bit outside. Now the count is 1-2 on Caden Dennis. Caden Dennis, a sophomore on this team, playing second base in this game for Johnsonburg. And again, this is the bottom of the second inning out of 7 innings. Breaking ball fouled back toward the screen behind home plate. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gavin Pratt gets his sign from Stush Farrick, the catcher. Comes set, kicks, and pitches, and gets the swing and a miss. First strikeout for Gavin Pratt. Caden Dennis is the first out of the bottom of the second inning. And with 1 out, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Colin Porter. Colin Porter's a junior on this team. He's the designated hitter for pitcher Gabe Watts. And he swings and misses at that pitch for strike 1. But Colin Porter is the son of head coach Michael Porter. And Michael Porter has 2 of his kids at the field today. One of them is playing in this game right now. Porter, it's that pitch high and foul down the right field line. That's strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes on Colin Porter. But Colin Porter, one son of head coach Michael Porter. And then Michael Porter also has his younger son, Bryce, at the field today. Bryce is 11 years old, and he is the scorekeeper for Carmichael's team. Don't know too many 11-year-olds that know how to score baseball, but that's certainly impressive. No ball, 2 strike pitch on Porter. Misses outside. Now the count 1-2. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Colin Porter, the right-handed hitter, and Gavin Pratt, the right-handed pitcher. Bottom of the second inning, Carmichaels on defense. Kick and pitch from Pratt. It's a breaking ball. Called a strike over the outside edge. Back-to-back strikeouts by Gavin Pratt. 2 outs bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up Johnsonburg's number 8 hitter, Jefferson Freeberg. Gavin Pratt threw 7 straight balls to start his outing on the mound, then proceeded to give up 1 unearned run. 4 base runners reached in the bottom of the first inning. But in this second inning, he's racked up 2 strikeouts, and he just threw ball 1 to Jefferson Freeberg. Now Pratt's throwing from the windup. The 1-0 is hit in the air, straightaway center field. Under it and making the routine catch is Chris Barish. An efficient inning for Carmichaels as the second inning comes to a conclusion. For Johnsonburg, no runs scored on no hits, and no runners were left on base. Through 2 full innings, it's Johnsonburg 1, Carmichaels 0. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. 7, 8, 9 hitters do it for Carmichaels in the top of the third inning. Zach Hilsman, Dylan Rower, and Trenton Carter. Gabe Watts still doing the pitching. Left-handed pitcher throwing from the windup and throws ball 1 on a breaking ball inside to Zach Hilsman. That's ball 1. Hilsman, the right-handed hitter. Batting now. Hilsman's a senior on this team, 1 of 4. That pitch called a strike over the lower outside corner. Count even 1-1. 3 of the 4 Carmichaels rostered seniors are starting this game today. Swing and a miss. Counts 1-2 on Zach Hilsman. It's 1-0. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels to the top of the third inning of a 7-inning regulation game. Swing and a fly ball down the right field line. That's hugging the right field line, and that stays fair. Hilsman rounds first but stops there. It was well played by right fielder Jefferson Freeberg, who took a good route to the ball on 1 hop and then threw an accurate ball into second base. So Zach Hilsman not aggressive there, not greedy, content with a single to lead off the top of the third inning, and that'll bring up Dylan Rower with a runner on first and nobody out. Gabe Watts comes set at the letters and throws a pitch that's swung on and missed by Rower for strike 1. With Zach Hilsman, the runner on first, after hitting that single, he got Carmichael's first hit of the game. Swinging a foul back toward the screen behind home plate. Now the count's no balls and 2 strikes. Carmichaels has had 2 base runners in this game now, 1 on the single by Hilsman, and then back in the second inning, Liam Lohr walked. But Gabe Watts still facing the minimum because Liam Lohr was caught trying to steal second base in that same inning. No ball, 2 strike pitch, slide step, breaking ball, too high, counts 1-2. It's 1-0. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. This is the first round of the Class 2A PIAA baseball playoffs. Slide step pitch. That's a line drive into right field. That will fall fair just a few feet from the right field line. Freeberg picks it up, throws it into the cutoff man. It's Caden Dennis who holds the ball. Dylan Rower stopped at first base with a single, but Zach Hilsman from first advanced to third. So Carmichaels now has runners at the corners with nobody out. And here comes their bottom of the order hitter, the number 9 hitter, Trenton Carter. Slide step pitch is outside for ball 1. Gabe Watts did not give up a hit through the first 2 innings of this game. And here in the third, he's given up back-to-back singles. Zach Hilsman on third, Dylan Rower on first. 1 ball, no strike pitch coming to Trenton Carter. Swing and a fly ball down the first base side, but that will reach the stands and foul. Count even 1-1. Gabe Watts, the senior pitcher, Swing and a miss on that off-speed pitch. Trenton Carter chased, and now he's behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The senior pitcher Watts facing the junior outfielder Trenton Carter. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. 1-2 pitch, slide step, and that's called a strike over the outside edge. Trenton Carter down looking. Third strikeout for Gabe Watts in this game. So 1 out runner still on the corners, and it's back to the top of the order now for Carmichaels. Drake Long will step in. Drake Long is 0 for 1. He grounded out to second base in his first at bat, which was back in the first inning. Slide step pitch by Watts. That's a breaking ball that misses down low, but a good block by Ethan Wells. Keeps it in front of him. No advancement from the base runners. It's 1-0. The score is 1-0. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. It's the top of the third inning. One ball, no strike pitch. Swing and a line drive. The left center field gap is where that ball is going. Running after it and failing to catch it is Marciniak. 1 run will come around to score. Second runner heads to third. Ball gets away toward the third base dugout, but no further advancement from that trailing runner. So that ball was into the left center field gap. Cameron Marciniak, the center fielder, was tracking it. He dove, but he missed it. Good backup by Luke Zimmerman to prevent that ball from going to the wall. He got it in quickly, but not quickly enough to prevent a run from scoring. Zach Hilsman scores from third. Dylan Rower advances from first to second. And aboard at second base with an RBI double is Drake Long. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out, and it's a tie game, 1-1. Gavin Pratt at the plate now, and he takes ball 1 high, counts 1-0. So again, there's 1 out. Dylan Rower's on third base. Drake Long's on second. It's the top of the third inning. Ground ball towards short. The throw to first base is in the dirt, but picked well by Dom Allegredo. Aiden Zimmerman saved from an error by his first baseman. So an out is recorded on the play. An out is recorded on the play. Gavin Pratt forced out at first base, but Dylan Rower comes home to score from third base. Advancing from second to third, Drake Long. And now with 2 outs, Carmichaels has its first lead of the game. Nick Rico at the plate. He takes strike 1. Nick Rico is the number 3 hitter in this Carmichaels order. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Grounded out to second base back in the first inning. And again, it's 2-1. Carmichaels leads Johnsonburg, top of the third inning. Swing and a miss, or rather a foul tip, but still a strike. Counts 0-2. So far, Carmichaels has netted 2 runs on 3 hits. Gabe Watts into the windup and pitch. That one misses too high and outside. Counts 1-2. Gabe Watts threw from the windup with 2 runners in scoring position a batter ago and elects to continue to throw from the windup with just a runner on third and time called by the home plate umpire, Brian Harlan. Drake Long on third base. 2 outs, 1-2 count on Nick Rico. That pitch misses outside. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stush Farrick is the hitter on deck. He would bat if Nick Rico can reach safely. Watt from the windup. Swing and a miss. Rico chased the high fastball. And that strikeout ends the top of the third inning. But for Carmichaels, 2 runs scored on 3 hits. And 1 runner was left on base. Going to the bottom of the third inning, Carmichaels has a 2-1 lead over Johnsonburg. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. Johnsonburg got its first run in the first inning, took the early lead, but Carmichaels took its first lead of the game after scoring 2 runs in the top of the third inning. So the score is 2-1. Carmichaels leads Johnsonburg going into the bottom of the third inning. And Johnsonburg has its 9-1-2 hitters coming to the plate. Luke Zimmerman, Aiden Zimmerman, then Dom Allegredo. Gavin Pratt still pitching for Carmichaels and throws the first pitch of this half inning too high for a ball. Counts 1-0. This is the Class 2A Pennsylvania State Playoffs in high school baseball. Pitch misses outside, counts 2-0. Johnsonburg hosting Carmichaels at a neutral site. It's technically not hosting, but Johnsonburg is the designated home team in this game because Johnsonburg is the higher seed. That pitch misses inside, counts 3-0. Johnsonburg has not lost a game yet this season. Carmichaels has lost 3 games overall, 2 of which came in the WPIAL playoffs. 3-0 pitch caught a strike at the top of the zone. Counts now 3 balls and 1 strike on Luke Zimmerman, the left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher. Gavin Pratt started this game throwing from the stretch, but ever since the middle of the second inning, he started throwing from the windup. That pitch missed inside, ball 4 to Luke Zimmerman. So, the leadoff hitter is on base. And at the top of the order, back up for Johnsonburg, it's Aiden Zimmerman. 2-1, Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. It's the bottom of the third inning of a 7-inning regulation game. Bunt shown by Zimmerman. Pulls back, pitch too high, and Luke Zimmerman on that pitch advanced to second base on a stolen base. So he's in scoring position with nobody out, and that pitch missed. So it's ball 1 to Aiden Zimmerman. Zimmerman back in the first inning. He led off Johnsonburg's bottom of the first inning with a walk, but then got thrown out trying to steal second base. Sizable lead by Luke Zimmerman on second base. Pratt looks a couple times, then throws the slide step pitch. And it's a fastball for a strike. Counts even 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. It's 2-1. Carmichaels leading Johnsonburg. Pratt looks to second, then looks back toward home plate. Slide step pitch misses outside. Counts now 2 balls and 1 strike. Pratt looks in for his sign from Stush Farrick. Still looking, now comes set at the belt. Pickoff attempt to second base. Tag applied just a bit too late. Quick tag from Drake Long, but back safely at second is Luke Zimmerman. The count is still 2-1. Luke Zimmerman walked to start this bottom of the third inning and then stole second base, so he's in scoring position with nobody out. And the top of the order up now for Johnsonburg. Pratt comes set at the belt. Big kick and pitch. Swing and a high fly ball down the third base line, but that's well foul, and that evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two ball, 2 strike count, nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Pratt lifts his leg, then turns towards second. But no throw made. So everything will reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pratt looks a couple times to second base, kicks up his leg, pitches, throws a breaking ball, misses just a bit below the knees of Aiden Zimmerman, and that runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch is fouled back toward the screen behind home plate, so the count will remain full 3-2. So again, Johnsonburg coming into today has 21 straight wins. Johnsonburg won District 9 in Class 2A, beating Port Allegheny, Moniteau, and Kane to get to this spot to earn its way into the state playoffs. That pitch missed for ball 4, but it was a wild pitch. It hit the ground and got past Stush Farrick, Carmichael's catcher. So advancing from second to third on the wild pitch is Luke Zimmerman. Aiden Zimmerman reached on the walk, so he's on first base. So that puts runners at the corners. Still nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. And the number 2 hitter comes to the plate for Johnsonburg. It's Dom Allegredo. Gavin Pratt steps off the mound after trying to get a sign. So a pivotal spot here in the middle of the game. It's 2-1. Carmichaels leads Johnsonburg. But the potential tying run is in the form of Luke Zimmerman on third base. Pickoff attempt to first base, but back safely is Aiden Zimmerman. Both runners on base walked to reach. Luke Zimmerman walked, then stole second base and advanced to third on a wild pitch. Aiden Zimmerman's on first base. He just walked. Pratt tries the third to first move. Rico has the ball now. He got Aiden Zimmerman in a rundown. So it was Drake Long, the shortstop, had the ball and decided to just run Aiden Zimmerman back to first base. So Carmichael's content with keeping the situation the same. No outs recorded there. Gavin Pratt decided to try a third to first move, kicked up his leg, moved toward third base, but then tried the pickoff at first base. Aiden Zimmerman fell for it, got in a run down, but was able to get back to first base. So runner still in the corners with nobody out. Slide step pitch, bunt shown, pulled back. That's a ball. And Aiden Zimmerman saw that pitch in the dirt. He was running towards second base anyway, so no throw from Stush Ferrick. That'll go down as a stolen base for Aiden Zimmerman, and now time called by the Carmichaels dugout. And a meeting will take place on the mound. Again, there's runners in scoring position. Both runners are in scoring position. Luke Zimmerman on third base, Aiden Zimmerman on second base. Nobody out. Dom Allegreda's at the plate. It's a 1-ball, no-strike count on him. And again, there's nobody out. Johnsonburg is trailing Carmichaels 2-1. But the potential tying and go-ahead runs at this point in the game are in scoring position in this bottom of the third inning. Dom Allegredo back in the first inning. He singled and was thrown out trying to score on an errant throw by Carmichaels. 1-ball, no-strike pitch coming from Pratt. That one misses low and outside. Now the count's 2 balls and no strikes. Johnsonburg scored its first run back in the first inning. It was an unearned run. Cameron Marciniak reached on an error and then was hit home by Ethan Wells. That pitch misses low. Counts 3-0 now on Allegredo. So Johnsonburg had the lead for 2 innings. Then in the third inning, Carmichaels scored 2 runs on 3 hits. That pitch misses for ball 4. Tom Allegredo walks. With a combination of Zach Hilsman, Dylan Rower, Drake Long, and Gavin Pratt allowed for Carmichaels to push across 2 runs and take the lead. But now Carmichaels in immediate jeopardy of giving up the lead that they just obtained. Luke Zimmerman started this inning off with a walk. He advanced to second on a stolen base, then reached third on a wild pitch. Aiden Zimmerman walked, then stole second base, and Dom Allegredo just walked. So that is the bases loaded, and with that, Richard Krause has come out to the mound and taken the ball away from Gavin Pratt. The new pitcher into the game for Carmichaels is Dylan Rower, so he comes in to play from third base to pitch. Zach Hilsman, the right fielder, comes in to replace Rower at third base, and Gavin Pratt is now in the outfield. That pitch fouled back by Cameron Marciniak for strike 1. Cameron Marciniak reached on an error and scored in the first inning, the last time that Johnsonburg scored. It's 2-1. Carmichaels leads Johnsonburg. It's the bottom of the third inning, but impending danger for Carmichaels. The bases are loaded and there's nobody out. Rower's 0-1's a breaking ball into left field over the head of the third baseman. 1 run comes around to score. Second runner being waved. The throw comes in from Trenton Carter. And that stops the previous runners from advancing more than 1 base, but 2 runs have come around to score, and Johnsonburg has the lead again. It's 3-2. Luke Zimmerman scores from third base. Aiden Zimmerman scores from second. Dom Allegredo advances from first to second, and Cameron Marciniak aboard at first with a 2-run single. Again, Johnsonburg leads this one once again. It's 3-2. And here comes the cleanup hitter for Johnsonburg. It's Ethan Wells, who takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1. So both those runs charged to Gavin Pratt, the previous pitcher, and both those runs are counted as earned. Rower does the spin move toward second base, fakes the throw because nobody was covering, so back easily to second is Dom Allegredo. 1 ball, no strike count on Ethan Wells. That one caught a strike over the lower outside corner. Counts even now 1 ball and 1 strike. Ethan Wells singled home a run back in the first inning. Kick and pitch by Rower is swung on and fouled back toward the screen behind home plate. Now the count's 1-2 on Ethan Wells. Wells, a junior and a catcher on this Johnsonburg team. Already has 1 run batted in this game, batting for the second time. Rower's pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air. Straightaway center field. And shallow. Under it is Chris Barish. Barish makes the catch. And a strong throw to third prevents Dom Allegredo from trying to advance from second. So Ethan Wells flies out to center field. Dom Allegredo remains on second. Cameron Marciniak remains on first. And with 2 outs, Dalton Stully will come to the plate. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. It's a 3-2 ball game. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. This is the Class 2A Pennsylvania State Playoffs in baseball. Swinging a foul back, counts 0-1 on Dalton Stully. So I don't quite have a confirmed winner yet, but the winner of this game is scheduled to go on and play the winner of Shenango and Mount Union. No ball, 1 strike pitch is hit in the air out toward shallow left center field. That ball will fall in front of Trenton Carter. Every runner advances 1 base, and that's all. Ball wasn't deep enough to try to send that runner from second around to score. So Dom Allegredo advances from first to second. Cameron Marciniak advances from first to second. Let me say that again. Dom Allegredo advances from second to third. Cameron Marciniak advances from first to second. And Dalton Stully's aboard at first base with a single. So Johnsonburg, for the second time this inning, has the bases loaded. Still 2 outs, and it's Caden Dennis up to the plate now for Johnsonburg, and he takes strike 1 over the lower outside corner. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning. Johnsonburg already has 2 runs in this half inning. But there's an opportunity for more to come around. That pitch misses high, counts even, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's 2 outs in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels by a run. But again, the bases are loaded for Johnsonburg. Rowers. 1-1 is hit past the second baseman into right field. 1 run comes around to score. And the throw in from the right fielder is cut off by Nick Rico, the first baseman. But that throw does not prevent the 2 runners from scoring, and now Johnsonburg leads 5-2. Dom Allegredo scores from third base. Cameron Marciniak scores from second. Advancing from first to second on the play, Dalton Stully. And aboard at first with a 2-run single is Caden Dennis. Now here's Colin Porter, who takes a ball just a bit low, counts 1-0. Colin Porter is the 8th hitter to bat this half inning for Johnsonburg. One-oh pitch is chopped on the ground toward third base. Played and thrown over to first base for the out. So that was Zach Hilsman, the third baseman, throwing to Nick Rico at first to record Colin Porter out. So with 2 outs, Jefferson Freeberg will come to the plate, and I did make a mistake. There was only 1 out all that time until that second out was recorded. The first out was Ethan Wells flying out to center field. That pitch called a strike, counts 0-1 on Jefferson Freeberg, but Ethan Wells with the first out. He flew out to center 3 batters ago, and Colin Porter just grounded out to third base for the second out. So my mistake there, but 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs and a chopper back to the mound. Dylan Rower throws to Nick Rico. Record Jefferson Freeberg out. And that ends the 3rd inning. But for Johnsonburg, 9 batters came to the plate. 4 of them scored. And after 3 full innings, it's Johnsonburg 5, Carmichaels 2. You're listening to greensports.net simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. So the official numbers in that bottom of the 3rd inning: 4 runs scored by Johnsonburg on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base. Gavin Pratt was responsible for 3 of those runs coming around to score. So the official line for Gavin Pratt, the starting pitcher of Carmichaels, 3 earned runs given up of 4 total. And he had a significant amount of walks in the entire game. He walked 3 in the 3rd inning, had 4 walks overall, and he gave up 4 hits in his start. Gavin Pratt only threw 1 scoreless inning, and that was in the 2nd. But Gavin Pratt on the hook for the loss right now for Carmichaels as the 4th inning gets underway. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for Carmichaels in this top of the 4th inning: Stush Farrick, Liam Lohr, and Jacob Fordyce. That pitch fouled off toward the screen behind home plate. That's strike 1 now on Stush Farrick, who struck out looking in his last at bat, which was back in inning number 2. That one misses outside. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Carmichael's got 2 runs in the 3rd inning on 3 hits. And they had the lead for a half inning, but Johnsonburg came back and put a 4 spot on Carmichaels to take a 5-2 lead. That one fouled back by Farrick, and he's behind in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the winner of this game between Johnsonburg and Carmichaels goes on to play the winner of Southern Huntington and Sarah Catholic. That game started around 3:30, so it should have progressed a bit further than this game has. That one fouled back again. Count still 1-2. Or excuse me, I made a mistake. The winner of this game plays the winner of Shenango and Not Union. My mistake. Southern Huntington and Sarah Catholic, Sharpsville and Seton LaSalle are the other 4 teams in the bracket, but the winner of Johnsonburg and Carmichaels go on to play the winner of Shenango and Not Union, and that game had a 3 o'clock start time. An hour ahead of this 4 o'clock start between Carmichaels and Johnsonburg. That ball chased beyond the outside edge by Stush Farrick, so he's struck out for the 2nd time this game. That's the first out of the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Liam Lohr with the bases empty and 1 out. Lohr walked and was caught stealing back at inning number 2. That pitch misses high, counts 1-0 on Liam Lohr. But Carmichael's already had an encounter with Shenango earlier in the WPIAL playoffs. Carmichael's lost to Shenango in the WPIAL semifinals. Swinging a foul back, count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Both Shenango and Carmichaels have qualified for state playoffs, though. That's why they're in the bracket in Class 2A in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic League. In order for Shenango to make it to the next round, Shenango's got to beat Mount Union, and if Carmichaels wants to make it to the next round, it's got to get past a Johnsonburg team that has not lost a game yet this 2021 season. That ball fouled back, and now Liam Lohr behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gabe Watts still on the mound for Johnsonburg. Watts so far has given up 2 runs on 3 hits, all of which came in the 3rd inning for Carmichaels. That pitch misses outside, count even now 2-2 on Liam Lohr. Watts kept Carmichael's hitless through the first 2 innings of this game and struggled in the 3rd inning. Still pitching here in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the middle. Liam Lohr couldn't get a piece of it. So 2 strikeouts for Gabe Watts in this top of the 4th inning. And I'll bring up Jacob Fordyce, the number 6 hitter of Carmichaels, with the bases empty and 2 outs. Johnsonburg leads this game 5-2 in the top of the 4th inning of a 7-inning regulation game. That pitch misses high, counts 1-0. Yeah, again, Johnsonburg has not lost a game yet this 2021 season. Johnsonburg outright won the District 9 2A championship. Counts 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob Fordyce just took that pitch too far above the zone from Gabe Watts. But Johnsonburg it seemed like a scary team coming into this game in this tournament because Johnsonburg hasn't lost a game yet this year. That pitch fouled back beyond the first base side of the field. Now the count's 2 balls and 1 strike on Jacob Fordyce, the designated hitter. And Fordyce is hitting for Carmichael center fielder Chris Barish. 2-1 pitch is caught a strike over the inside edge. And now the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gabe Watts throwing from the windup. He steps, pivots, kicks, and throws. That fastball misses outside. That runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the designated hitter of Carmichael's, Jacob Fordyce. Watts, the left-handed pitcher, facing the right-handed hitter. Swing and a foul ball off the mask of catcher Ethan Wells. So this plate appearance will see at least 1 more pitch. Count still full, 3-2. Wind up and pitch from Watts. That's a swing and a foul back. Count still full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Johnsonburg leading Carmichaels 5-2. This is the first round of Class 2A Pennsylvania State playoffs. Another pitch coming from Gabe Watts. Breaking ball, caught a strike over the lower outside corner. Jacob Fordyce down looking. And Gabe Watts has struck out the side in order in the top of the 4th inning. So no runs, no hits, nobody left on for Carmichael. Is going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Johnsonburg 5, Carmichaels 2. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 5-2 coming into the bottom of the 4th inning. 9-1-2 hitters due up for Johnsonburg. At first pitch missed outside, ball 1 to Luke Zimmerman. So it's Luke Zimmerman leading off, and he'll be followed by Aiden Zimmerman and Dom Allegrado. Dylan Rower still on the mound for Carmichaels. Right-handed pitcher facing the left-handed hitter, and that pitch missed inside. Zimmerman jumped over the pitch to avoid getting hit. Now the count's 2 balls and no strikes. Dylan Rower responsible for 1 of the 5 runs given up to Johnsonburg. He came in relief of Gavin Pratt in the bottom of the 3rd inning as that pitch misses low, counts 3-0. But Pratt walked the first 3 hitters of that bottom of the 3rd inning, and all 3 of them ended up scoring. Three ball, no strike count. That pitch misses too far outside. Ball 4. So Luke Zimmerman reaches for the 2nd time in this game on a walk. So still no official at-bats for Luke Zimmerman, but in 2 plate appearances, he's reached base. And now head coach Richard Krause for Carmichaels will come out and have a meeting with Dylan Rower. And as a matter of fact, he'll take the ball from him. So some more moves coming for Carmichaels. Drake Long, the shortstop, being summoned to pitch, and now some other defensive moves are coming for Carmichaels. Zach Hillsman goes back out to right field. They're bringing in Chris Barish. Seems from the outfield. There are a few different moves going on right now, so until they're set, I'll go over some other stuff. So this is Rich Kuntz Field in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. The neutral site of the Class 2A first round. Well, not the site, but one of the many sites around the state for the state playoffs. PIAA Class 2A first round of the tournament. So still doing the catching for Carmichaels is Stush Ferrick. Nick Rico is still at first base. Dylan Rower is on the infield. So he'll go back to third base. Gavin Pratt came in from the outfield. He's now playing shortstop. So he's taking over for Drake Long, who's now pitching. But Dylan Rower back at third. Gavin Pratt at shortstop. Liam Lohr still at second. And Nick Rico still at first. In the outfield, Chris Barish is in center. Still in left is Trenton Carter. And moving from third base back to right field is Zach Hillsman. Drake Long now doing the pitching. Drake Long is a junior on this team. He's the leadoff hitter in Carmichael's order, and he's played shortstop for most of this game, but now is coming in relief of Dylan Rower, and he's the third pitcher to get on the mound for Carmichael's in this game. He's ready, and the hitter Aiden Zimmerman comes to the plate, takes ball one too high. Aiden Zimmerman has walked twice in this game. He's 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts, one reached, and he did come around to score back in the third inning. That pitch called a strike at the knees of Aiden Zimmerman. Counts even 1 ball, 1 strike. There's nobody out, bottom of the fourth inning. And Johnsonburg leads this game 5-2 over Carmichaels. Pickoff attempt from Long is unsuccessful. Back safely is Luke Zimmerman. Again, you are listening to greensports.net, simulcast to the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And this broadcast presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. Zimmerman hits that pitch high and deep out towards straightaway left field. Trenton Carter's under it. And Carter makes the catch for out number 1. So Aiden Zimmerman officially 0 for 1 now on the day with 2 walks and a flyout. So with 1 out and Luke Zimmerman still on first base, Dom Allegredo will come to the plate. Allegredo 1 for 1 officially. He singled in the first inning, then walked and came around to score in inning number 3. Pickoff attempt to first base. Back safely is Luke Zimmerman, and as a matter of fact, the ball got away from Nick Rico, the first baseman. So no successful tag applied. Dom Allegredo playing first base for Johnsonburg, and he's a junior. Drake Long comes set at the belt. Pickoff attempt to first base, and again back safely is Luke Zimmerman. So in this game, Johnsonburg has attempted 4 stolen bases. As another pickoff attempt goes to first base. They've attempted 4 stolen bases, and they've been successful 3 times. Slide step, and that pitch called a strike on Dom Allegredo. Counts no balls and a strike. Allegredo showed bunt and pulled back, but the pitch caught the inside edge. Drake Long comes set at the belt. Pickoff attempt again to first base, and back safely is Luke Zimmerman. Luke Zimmerman is one of the 3 successful stolen base attempts for Johnsonburg in this game. That was just last inning that he reached base and then stole himself into scoring position. That ball on the ground through the left side of the infield. Trenton Carter bobbles it a bit but gets it back in quickly to the cutoff man, Gavin Pratt. So each runner advances just 1 base. Luke Zimmerman advances from first to second. And Dom Allegredo reaches first on a single, his second hit of the game. So it's first and second, 1 out, and Johnsonburg's number 3 hitter, Cameron Marciniak, is at the plate now. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Drake Long throws that breaking ball. Check swing pop-up on the infield. It's caught by Drake Long, who had some agility to make that catch. He ran up the mound, then down it, then leaped, and was able to secure the baseball for the second out of this bottom of the 4th inning. So Cameron Marciniak out. Both runners remain on first and second base. It's Luke Zimmerman on second, Dom Allegredo on first, and here's the cleanup hitter now for Johnsonburg, Ethan Wells. Wells is 1 for 2. He hit a single, an RBI single back in inning number 1. Time called as Drake Long was ready to deliver that pitch. Called by home plate umpire Brian Harlan. So still no count on batter Ethan Wells. Drake Long, the pitcher, comes set at the belt. Slide step pitch is called a strike on the fastball right over the middle of the plate. Counts no balls and a strike. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Ethan Wells, the hitter, facing Drake Long, the pitcher. Carmichaels trailing this game by 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pickoff attempt to second base, and back safely is Luke Zimmerman. The score is 5-2. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels in the bottom of the 4th inning. Johnsonburg is the designated home team for this game at the neutral site of Rich Kuntz Field in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. No ball, 1 strike pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air towards center field. It's Chris Barish under it, and Chris Barish makes the catch. And that ends the 4th inning. So for Johnsonburg, no runs scored on 1 hit. There was 1 walk in the inning, and 2 runners are left on base. After 4 full innings of play, it's Johnsonburg 5, Carmichaels 2. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. This is the Class 2A first round of the PIAA tournament. And in this game, Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 5-2 going to the 5th inning. The score was close throughout the first 3 innings of the game. Johnsonburg took an early 1-0 lead in the first inning. Carmichaels scored 2 in the 3rd inning to take the lead. But then in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Johnsonburg scored 4 runs to break the game open. Not an impossible deficit at this moment, but it's a 3-run game coming into this 5th inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters do it for Carmichaels. In the top of the 5th inning, Zach Hillsman, Dylan Rower, and Trenton Carter. Gabe Watts still on the mound for Johnsonburg. To this point, he's given up 2 runs on 3 hits, and he struck out 7 hitters. And he is still on the mound to begin this 5th inning for the Johnsonburg Rams. There's Zach Hillsman coming to the plate now. Zach Hillsman is a senior on this team, 1 of 4. And in this game, he's played a couple different positions. He started in right field. Then when Dylan Rower came into the game from third base, Zach Hillsman took over as the third baseman. That pitch called a strike, counts 0-1. But then when Drake Long came into the game to pitch, Hillsman was relieved from his third base duties, and he went back out to right field. Hillsman swung on and missed at that pitch. I should say swung at and missed that pitch. Now the count's no balls and 2 strikes. Gabe Watts into the windup. Pitches. Swinging a ground ball fair down the first base line. A diving four-handed stop by Dom Allegredo at first base. Keeps the ball in the infield, and then he had enough time to run over and step on the first base bag himself to record Zach Hillsman out. So 1 out, base is empty. Top of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Dylan Rower, who in this game is 1 for 1. He singled and scored back in inning number 3. Pitch called a strike on Rower, counts 0-1. Gabe Watts has been throwing strikes for most of this game. He's allowed only 1 walk through 4+ innings on the mound now. That pitch called a strike over the outside edge. Counts now no balls and 2 strikes on Dylan Rower. Other than the 3rd inning, it's been no runs and no hits given up in each inning for Gabe Watts. Grounded to shortstop, played by Aiden Zimmerman. Throws to Dom Allegredo, who picks it out of the dirt. That's the second time that first baseman Dom Allegredo saved Aiden Zimmerman from an error. So now 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Trenton Carter. He bats with the bases empty. It's 5-2. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels in the first round of the Class 2A PIAA baseball playoffs. Breaking ball called a strike to Trenton Carter. Counts no balls and 1 strike. Gabe Watts, the left-handed pitcher, now facing the right-handed hitter, Trenton Carter, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Carter swung too early at an outside fastball, and now he's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Chased it in the dirt, but it hit the ground. Ethan Wells completes the strikeout, throwing to first base for the force. And that ends the top of the 5th inning. For Carmichaels, no runs scored on no hits, no runners left on base, and Gabe Watts now has 8 strikeouts through 5 full innings pitched. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, it's Johnsonburg 5, Carmichaels 2. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. This is round 1 of the Class 2A PIAA baseball playoffs. And in this game, going into the bottom of the 5th inning, Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels by a score of 5-2. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Johnsonburg in this half inning. Dalton Stolley, Caden Dennis, and Colin Porter. Drake Long still pitching for Carmichaels. He came in relief in the middle of the 4th inning and stopped the damage. Didn't give up any runs in that 4th inning while he was on the mound. Carmichaels didn't give up any runs in that 4th inning either. The last time Johnsonburg scored was in the 3rd. Dalton Stolley fouled off the first pitch of this plate appearance and just took that second one inside, breaking ball that couldn't find the inside edge. Now the count's 1-1 on Dalton Stolley. Stolley is 1 for 2 in this game. He got his hit back in the 3rd inning, and it was a single. Strike 2 called there. Now the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dalton Stolley. Drake Long from the windup. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Breaking ball softly hit on the ground toward third base. Played by Dylan Rower. Throws to Nick Rico at first. And records Dalton Stolley out. Base is empty, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning. This is a 7-inning game. And with that, Caden Dennis will come to the plate. Still a 3-run game. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. There's the windup and the pitch. Just missed a little low on that breaking ball thrown by Drake Long. It's ball 1. One ball, no strike pitch. High and in. Just missed the body of Caden Dennis. Counts now 2 balls and no strikes. Caden Dennis in this game is 1 for 2. He had a single back in inning number 3. That's called a strike right down the middle. Counts 2 balls and a strike now on Caden Dennis. Drake Long, the right-handed pitcher, is a senior. working through his first full inning on the mound. That pitch misses high and in. Count is 3-1. Gavin Pratt started this game for Carmichaels. Gave up 3 earned runs, 4 total on 4 hits, but the walks he gave up came around to bite him. He walked about 4 in this game. That's ball 4 there, issued to Caden Dennis. Caden Dennis on base for the second time in this game. First walk issued by Drake Long since he came in relief. Yeah, so it's official. Gavin Pratt, he walked 4 batters. Gave up 4 of the 5 runs scored by Johnsonburg, but 3 of them were earned of the 4 total he gave up. So the number 7 hitter in the order, Colin Porter, was scheduled to come up, but he is relieved for a pinch hitter. And that pinch hitter is Caden Smiley, getting his first plate appearance of this playoff game in here. Pickoff attempt to first base, back safely is Caden Dennis. But Caden Smiley at the plate. Caden Smiley is a junior on this Johnsonburg team, and he hits that pitch softly in the air out to shallow right center field. But running out from the infield to make the catch is second baseman Liam Lohr. And that is out number 2. So on one pitch in his pinch hitting appearance, Caden Smiley pops out. So Caden Smiley pinch hit for Colin Porter, the designated hitter, so unlikely he'll see any field time unless some more moves are made in the next half inning. But until then, here's Jefferson Freeberg. Freeberg is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field back in the second inning and grounded out to the pitcher back in the third inning. Pickoff attempt to first base, back safely is Caden Dennis. Carmichaels has been arguably a little excessive with pickoffs. Not that that's a bad thing. Keeping the runners close is a good thing. And in this game, Johnsonburg has stolen 3 bases on 4 attempts, as that one's into left field for a hit. The pickoff attempts have been noticeable at both first and second base from the Carmichaels pitchers. That pitch was hit on the ground past the third baseman and shortstop into left field for a hit. Jefferson Freeberg, in 3 at-bats, now has his first hit. Caden Dennis advanced from first to second on the play, and that'll bring up Luke Zimmerman with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Johnsonburg already up by 3, with an impending opportunity to push across some more. Drake Long, the pitcher, comes set at the belt. Right-handed pitcher facing the left-handed hitter, and that first pitch called a strike over the lower outside corner. Counts 0-1. Luke Zimmerman does not have an official at bat today, but he's reached base twice in his previous 2 plate appearances, and he's now batting for the 3rd consecutive inning. His first plate appearance was in the 3rd, and his second was in the 4th. Now we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and he's up to the plate again. Pickoff attempt to second base, back safely is Dennis. It seems Luke Zimmerman is the only hitter today for Johnsonburg that has recorded a plate appearance in 3 consecutive innings. No ball, 1 strike count. Long looks to second and tries for a pickoff on a quick spin move, but back safely is Caden Dennis. As previously mentioned, Carmichael's conscious of the stolen base threats that Johnsonburg has. A significant amount of pickoff attempts at both first and second base throughout this entire game by all 3 pitchers that have taken the mound for Carmichael so far. That breaking ball missed outside. Counts even 1-1 on Luke Zimmerman. Johnsonburg has won 21 games so far this year, has not lost a game yet in either the regular season or the playoffs. They won District 9 outright. Drake Long steps off. Count still 1-1 on Luke Zimmerman. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels by a score of 5-2. 1-1 pitch. He's hitting the air out toward the left center field gap, and that will split the gap. One run will come around to score. Second runner being held at third base as that throw in from Carter is cut off by shortstop Gavin Pratt. So Luke Zimmerman gets his first hit, and it's an RBI single. Caden Dennis scores from second base. Jefferson Freeberg advances from first to third on the play. And as a matter of fact, Luke Zimmerman was fast enough to get into second base, and that'll actually give him an RBI double, an extra base hit. So again, Caden Dennis scored from second base. Jefferson Freeberg advanced from first to third. Luke Zimmerman aboard at second with the RBI double, and now here's Aiden Zimmerman at the plate. Took ball one high. Now the count's 1-0. Still 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. 1 ball, no strike pitch is outside. Counts now 2 balls and no strikes. So Drake Long, after giving up that run, is yet another Carmichaels pitcher to give up a run in an inning. That pitch gets away. It was in the dirt. Runner coming home, and the slide got around the tag of pitcher Drake Long. So that ball was in the dirt. It got past the right shoulder of catcher Stush Farrick. So Jefferson Freeberg able to score from third base on the wild pitch. And advancing from first to second on that same wild pitch is Luke Zimmerman, and that extends Johnsonburg's lead. It's now 7-2. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. It's a 3-ball, no strike count on Aiden Zimmerman, Johnsonburg's leadoff hitter, and he takes inside for ball 4. Now time called by head coach Richard Krause. But with Drake Long giving up a couple runs now in this 5th inning, all 3 Carmichaels pitchers have given up at least 1 run in their time on the mound, and Drake Long's time is over. He will be taken out, and he'll go back to the bench, at least for the moment. But a new pitcher coming into the game for Carmichaels in a game that is now lopsided. It's a 5-run game. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 7-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. So it's Liam Lohr, the freshman, who is playing second base to start this game, who's now pitching. Drake Long goes back on the infield to play second base. He started at shortstop, wanted to pitch, and moved to second base. So Gavin Pratt is still the shortstop for Carmichaels. A third to first pickoff attempt is unsuccessful. Back safely at first base is Aiden Zimmerman. So Liam Lohr inherits a runners on the corners 2-out situation that Carmichaels is in. The number 2 hitter, Dom Malagredo, is the one at the plate. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Luke Zimmerman's on third. Aiden Zimmerman's on first. As that pitch is hit high and deep out toward left field, Trenton Carter's under it, and Trenton Carter makes the catch roughly 5 feet away from the left field wall. It's 330 out to straightaway left field, and that ball went about 325 feet. But Trenton Carter got under it, made the catch. That allows Carmichaels to escape further danger. But some more damage has been done. In that half inning, Johnsonburg scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 walks in the inning, and 2 runners were left on base. After 5 full innings of play, Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 7-2. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. The 6th inning of 7 is here. Carmichael's ready to bat, top of the order due up. Drake Long, Gavin Pratt, and Nick Rico, the 3 scheduled to hit against Gabe Watts, who's pitched 5 full innings. He's given up 2 earned runs, and he struck out 8 to this point. Drake Long against him is 1 for 2. He doubled back in inning number 3. Chopper on the ground toward the left side of the infield, played by Aiden Zimmerman, who throws to Allegredo at first. And on one hop, Allegredo picks it out of the dirt. And that's out number 1. Drake Long out on 1 pitch to start the 6th inning, and that'll bring up Gavin Pratt, the number 2 hitter for Carmichaels. Pratt in this game has pitched played the outfield and played shortstop. And out of the 2 spot in the order, he is 0 for 2 in this game. Strike one called over the high inside corner of the plate. Counts 0-1. It's 7-2. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. The winner of this game moves on to the next round of the 2A state playoffs, and the loser is eliminated. 0-1 misses in the dirt. Counts even now 1-1 on Pratt. Carmichaels has lost its most recent 2 games in the playoffs. Carmichaels lost to Shenango in the WPIAL semifinals, and then lost to Sarah Catholic for the 3rd place consolation, but still qualified for state playoffs. Johnsonburg has not lost a game yet this 2021 season. Won District 9 outright and earned itself a top-seeded spot in these 2A state playoffs in Pennsylvania for baseball. That pitch called a strike. Counts now 1-2 on Gavin Pratt. Wind up and pitch from Watts. Yeah, pitch misses too low. Counts now even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gabe Watts has thrown efficiently in this game. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits given up, and 2 earned runs. Swing and a miss at that pitch in the dirt. Well-placed breaking ball that started at the knees and dropped just below. And it got Gavin Pratt to chase. That's now 9 strikeouts for Gabe Watts in this game. And that strikeout is the 2nd out of the top of the 6th inning. So with 2 outs, here's the number 3 hitter, Nick Rico, who was previously a strikeout victim of Gabe Watts. He struck out back in inning number 3, and he's 0 for 2 in this game. Called strike 1 on a breaking ball over the inside edge. Counts no balls and a strike. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning of a 7-inning regulation game, and the score is 7-2. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels. Swing and a foul back toward the screen behind home plate. Now the count's no balls and 2 strikes. So Gabe Watts has struck out 9. He's 1 strike away from reaching double digits in that category. Off-speed pitch just a bit off the outside edge of the plate. Now the count is 1-2 on Carmichael's number 3 hitter, Nick Rico. The step, the pivot, the kick by Watts, and here's the pitch. Swing and a sharp ground ball up the middle and into the outfield on the ground for a base hit. Cameron Marciniak gets that one in quickly to second base. Nick Rico's aboard at first with a single, his first hit of the game in 3 at-bats. And with that time called now by the third base coach and manager, head coach of the team for Carmichael's, Richard Krause. And there's a courtesy runner now on first base for Carmichael's as Stush Ferrick comes up to bat. Stush Ferrick in this game is 0 for 2. He struck out twice against Gabe Watts. Dominic Colarusso is the courtesy runner, or the pinch runner, I should say, for Nick Rico. Slight step pitch from Watts is too high and inside to Stush Ferrick. That's ball 1. So Nick Rico replaced, though he could come back into the game on re-entry. But right now Carmichael's going for more speed on the base paths, down by 5. And that pitch ran too far inside, and it hit Stush Ferrick right in the middle of the back. So Stush Ferrick reaches the painful way. He's on first base with 2 outs, and advancing from first to second is Dominic Colarusso. So again, Colarusso on second, Stush Ferrick on first base after the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Liam Lohr. And one more substitution, a courtesy runner into the game. Now it's Tyler Richmond who's courtesy running for catcher Stush Ferrick. Check swing by Liam Lohr. The appeal unsuccessful. The first base umpire says he did not swing, so the count's 1 ball and no strikes. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 7-2 in the top of the 6th inning. There is a distinction, too, between pinch runner and courtesy runner. A pinch runner is an official substitution. A courtesy runner is a runner designated for the pitcher and catcher positions in a game because pitching and catching is the most taxing positions on a baseball field. They are the most taxing positions on a baseball field, so high school rules in Pennsylvania allow for courtesy runners to take place, which means that you're not penalized for substitution when you elect to relieve your pitcher or catcher on the base paths. 2-0 pitch, caught a strike over the outside edge. Now it's a 2-1 count on Liam Lohr, who started this game at second base. But he's now doing the pitching for Carmichaels, one of 4 pitchers to take the mound for Carmichaels in this game. That pitch missed too high and outside. Now the count's 3-1 on Liam Lohr. Jacob Fordyce awaits in the on-deck circle, and he'd bat if Liam Lohr can reach. Gabe Watts' 3-1 is hit in the air down the right field line, and that'll go foul. Now the count run full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dominic Colarusso on second base. Not Stush Farrick. It's his courtesy runner, Tyler Richmond, on first base. Both runners expected to be moving on the pitch with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. So an extra advantage for Carmichaels on this pitch. Both runners do go, and that pitch misses high for ball 4. And now the bases are loaded. And time called now by Johnsonburg. Only the second walk there issued by Gabe Watts, though you could count it as 3 if you consider a hit by pitch type of walking play, which it could be. But bases are loaded now. Carmichaels is one big swing away from getting back into this game. They're down by 5, so one swing will not tie the game in this situation. But still dangerous for Johnsonburg. Gabe Watts will remain in the game. He's one strikeout away from 10. He's at 9 strikeouts right now. And he's given up 4 hits in the entire game through the 5 2/3 innings he's pitched. Jacob Fordyce is the batter up to the plate now. Dominic Colarusso's on third. Tyler Richmond's on second. Liam Lohr is on first base. That pitch gets away from the catcher, and that allows for all the runners to advance. Ethan Wells couldn't handle that fastball over the inside part of the plate. Sometimes catchers have trouble with inside pitches because you lose it for a second. Sometimes the body of the batter gets in the way, and that could have been what happened there. But Dominic Colarusso scores from third base on the wild pitch. That one hit on the ground towards shortstop, played by Aiden Zimmerman. Throws to Allegretto at first base, and danger avoided by Johnsonburg. That out ends the top of the 6th inning. But for Carmichaels, 1 run scored on 1 hit. There was 1 walk and 1 hit batter in the inning, and 2 runners were left on base. After 5.5 innings of play, it's Johnsonburg 7, Carmichaels 3. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Triple Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Triple Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. 3-4-5 hitters do it for Johnsonburg in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cameron Marciniak, Ethan Wells, and Dalton Stully. Liam Lohr still on the mound for Carmichaels, and he throws that first pitch too far outside. It goes to the backstop for ball 1. The score of this game, it's 7-3. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels in the bottom of the 6th inning. This is the Class 2A PIAA baseball playoffs. It's round 1. The winner of this game moves on to the next round. Loser is done for the season. That one hit in the left field by Marciniak. Trenton Carter gets it in quickly, but Marciniak reaches on a leadoff single, and that'll bring up Ethan Wells with nobody out and a runner on first base. The winner of this game moves on to the quarterfinals, and the winner of this game will play the winner of the Shenango Mount Union game. Pickoff attempt to first. Back safely is Marciniak. Again, the winner of this Johnsonburg Carmichaels game will go on to the quarterfinals to play the winner of Shenango and Mount Union. That game started around 3 o'clock. Runner goes from first. Pitch called a strike. Throw down to second is too high. And sliding in safely is Cameron Marciniak. And now Johnsonburg is 4 for 5 in the game on stolen base attempts. So Marciniak in scoring position with nobody out, and Ethan Wells has an 0-ball, 1-strike count on him. Kick and pitch. Swing and a chopper in between the catcher and pitcher. The pitcher, Liam Lohr, decides to field it, and Lohr throws to Nick Rico at first base to record Ethan Wells out. But on the play, Cameron Marciniak advances from second to third. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And Dalton Stoley will come to the plate for Johnsonburg. Stoley in the game 1 for 3. His only hit came in the 3rd inning, and it was a single. Liam Lohr now throwing from the windup with a runner only on third base. Breaking ball caught a strike over the inside edge. Counts no balls and 1 strike on Dalton Stoley. It's the bottom of the 6th inning of a 7-inning game, and Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 7-3. Breaking ball popped into the air, deep infield, shallow outfield. Catch made by the second baseman, Drake Long, for out number 2. I correct myself, that's Gavin Pratt, the second baseman, who made the catch on the pop-up. And that was a tough play for him, too, because the infield was playing in with that runner on third and just 1 out, and trying to prevent that runner from scoring. So he had to turn his shoulder and run back a bit to make that catch, but he did successfully. So now there are 2 outs. Cameron Marciniak still on third base, and the batter, Caden Dennis, is up to the plate now. He takes ball 1. Dennis is 1 for 2 officially in the game. He singled back in the 3rd inning. He also reached base on a walk back in inning number 5, and he later came around to score. That pitch missed outside, counts 2-0. Johnsonburg scored early. Johnsonburg got a run in the 1st inning, then tacked on 4 in the 3rd. Pushed across another 2 in the 5th inning. To total their 7. 2-0 pitch is hit the air out toward left center field. Up ball's going to fall and roll toward the wall. Marciniak scores from third base. Dennis is on his way into second, and he'll stop there, which gives him an RBI double. And now Johnsonburg has a 5-run lead. It is 8-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Johnsonburg only missed scoring in the 2nd and the 4th innings. Every other inning they've pushed across at least 1 run. So 2 outs. Caden Dennis in scoring position for Caden Smiley. Caden Smiley pinch hit for Colin Porter in the 5th inning and is assuming the designated hitter responsibilities. That pitch called a strike, counts even 1-1. Smiley in his first at bat popped out to second base, so he's 0 for 1 officially. Colin Porter from the designated hitter spot also didn't get a hit. He struck out and grounded out in his only 2 at-bats of the game. Breaking ball caught a strike over the middle of the plate. Now the count's 1-2. Liam Lohr still pitching for Carmichaels. Caden Smiley, the one at the plate. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Lohr comes set at the belt. Throws the pitch. That misses outside. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carmichaels had a couple spouts of scoring in this game. Carmichaels put up 2 in the 3rd inning and 1 in the 6th. Carmichael's still trailing by a significant margin. It's a 5-run game that Johnsonburg is leading. That pitch misses low. Count run full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Caden Smiley. Liam Lohr gets his sign from Stush Farrick, comes set at the belt. Looks to second. Now slide step pitch is swung out and missed. So Caden Smiley down on strikes to end the 6th inning. For Johnsonburg, 1 run scored on 2 hits. And 1 runner left on base in scoring position. We'll go to the 7th inning, the last inning of regulation. Johnsonburg leads Carmichaels 8-3. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. You're listening to greensports.net, simulcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, presented by First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. I'm Nicholas Callas. We made it to the 7th inning, the last inning of regulation in this game, and Johnsonburg has an 8-3 lead over Carmichaels, so Carmichaels in its last opportunity to at least tie the game in this half inning. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for Johnsonburg. It's Aiden Zimmerman. Aiden Zimmerman started this game at shortstop, but now he's moved from shortstop to pitch. Not a save opportunity for him, but he's relieving the starting pitcher, Gabe Watts, who went 6 full innings, struck out 9, and gave up 3 earned runs. Zimmerman throws that first pitch for a strike to Zach Hilsman. Counts 0-1. 7, 8, 9 hitters do it for Carmichael. Zach Hilsman, Dylan Rower, and Trenton Carter. 0-1 pitch called a strike over the outside edge. Now the count's no balls and 2 strikes on Hilsman. Hilsman in this game is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 3rd inning and came around to score. Swing and a sharp ground ball toward third base. Played and thrown to first for the out. Jefferson Freeberg, the one that made that play. Jefferson Freeberg started this game in right field. He's now playing third base. Dalton Stawley moved from third base to shortstop. But Jefferson Freeberg, the one credited with that putout, or that assist, I should say, on the infield. Ground out to third base is the first out. The top of the 7th inning, and now Dylan Rower is at the plate. He takes strike 1 over the outside edge. The winner of this game goes on to play the winner of the Shenango Mount Union game, which likely has a final now, but internet's been scarce here, so don't have an update on that game for you. Breaking ball missed just below the knees of Dylan Rower. Count is even 1 ball and 1 strike. It's Rich Kuntz Field, the neutral site of this round 1 playoff game between Carmichaels and Johnsonburg. That pitch missed upstairs, counts 2-0. Excuse me, 2-1 on Dylan Rower. 1 out, bases empty. Top of the 7th. Righty on righty matchup. Aiden Zimmerman into the windup. Swinging a foul back toward the backstop behind home plate. Now the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnsonburg has not lost a game yet this 2021 season. Carmichaels has lost its most recent 2 and is in jeopardy of losing 3 straight to be eliminated from playoffs. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Dylan Rower down on strikes. Victimized by Aiden Zimmerman, and now Carmichaels has just 1 out to work with. And it's a pinch hitter that comes to the plate. So Jason McAfee is the one that is coming in to pinch hit for Carmichaels. Jason McAfee is one of 4 seniors on this team, and he's the only one that did not get a start in today's game. But he now holds the responsibility of Carmichael's season. It's a 5-run game. Johnsonburg is leading Carmichaels 8-3. Swinging a line drive into right center field. That ball will fall for a hit. McAfee sees 1 pitch, and he's got himself a single. So Jason McAfee aboard at first base. Carmichael's still breathing. Now Drake Long will come to the plate to face Aiden Zimmerman. Now Drake Long has the responsibility of Carmichael's final out in his lap. Zimmerman's first pitch called a strike over the outside edge. Counts no balls and 1 strike. Hayden Zimmerman comes set at the letters. Slide step pitch, breaking ball, softly hit. Out toward right center field, under it, and making the catch is Cameron Morsiniak. And with that, the final out of the game has been recorded. Johnsonburg beats Carmichaels by a final score of 8-3. So Carmichael's season comes to an end. Johnsonburg wins and will play the winner of the Shenango Mount Union game. And that is scheduled for June the 10th. That's this Thursday.